bracket. I would be surprised if this is one of them. But Loco have to be the favorite. Like the desk were saying, they tend to beat the teams that are lower than them in the standings, and Down to Earth are lower than them in the standings. It's just their failure to look competitive, Loco that is. They never look competitive against the top teams. That's why nobody's really talking about them. So we have to wait and see if Down to Earth can do the unexpected and beat Loco, the team who just are that. They're kind of like the team between the good and the bad teams. They are the gatekeeper to being a good team in NA.
That's a horrible... You never want to be the gatekeeper.
No,
of anything. At any level, you can either be the gatekeeper, trying to, you know, actually be, okay, we're the team you have to beat in order to be considered a good enough team to be pro. And obviously, we've had other gatekeepers that are the team to be beaten in order to try and prove yourself to be a championship standard, as we do start ourselves off with a goal from Delta.
And what a recovery this would have been. Till was basically on the halfway line when Delta jumped up to save this one, and he almost saved it. Or jumped up to shoot that one, I should say, from Delta. But yeah, good recovery attempt there by Till. Unfortunately for him, he had far too much ground to cover, and the opening goal does go, as expected, to Loco.
It's going to be an attempt again from Delta. He's moved to the other side of the field. Andy hasn't really got any passing options, instead dropped it straight up for Bambi. I had to double take that. That is actually his name. What name? Nobody demo Bambi. You don't do it.
It's fine, you know. We all know Bambi didn't die in the movie. Spoiler.
No spoilers.
I mean, I don't see Bambi's mom on the field anyway. There, I'm just gonna say that much. No sign.
Maybe it's J-Bot. Maybe it's like some sort of future version.
Oh, wow, fake! Here's Phil! Saved by Delta. That was almost brilliant. Sorry, we had to stop.
Sorry, we're not going to talk about Cyber Bambi right now.
But yeah, we've always got to hype up the accidental mind games that happen at the highest level of RL.
Oh, maybe a chance here. No, real offensive push, and there's a reason for that.
Oh, man.
That is not a shot Delta should have been allowed. Bambi just scuffed it.
Yeah, he put Bambi in a rough spot there. That was just a very awkward ball, because from Bambi's POV, he doesn't know if there's a Loco player shooting him immediately or if they're standing off waiting for him to make a touch. So he just had to try and get any touch on the ball to deny the shot that might be about to happen, at least as far as he was concerned. But as we can see with the better vision that we get, you know, looking over the whole field, there was no imminent threat. He actually had a lot of time. So yeah, a bit of a rushed clear there. Didn't work out for them. And Loco double up.
Oh, what a clear as well. Eastabonium a chance to at least chase around, steal some boost, maybe catch a player or two of a demo. And this entire game has been just played in the down-to-earth side of the field. J-Bot to the blue side. Delta's already up there trying to attack him, and there was no chill when it came to that form of defense. Right up there, no chance for any of your finesse. Get that out of here.
So early on, but already, it looks like Twitch chat might be smarter than Leaf and Turtle.
What were we coming through at here?
It was, well, 60% of Twitch chat, I should say. Don't want to rope them all in, but Loco they're far more consistent with their offense at the moment. They are creating chances, and they're putting the Down to Earth squad in very awkward positions defensively, whereas Down to Earth, despite all of their tricks and all their mechanics, I'm looking at J-Bot in particular for that, they haven't been able to surprise Loco at all up until now.
Well, hat-trick hero for Delta. Looks to try and get his fourth. This game has spiraled out of control very quickly. It's passed back over, and he likes to get the second one. He's actually managed to get it. What a pass to Delta.
Oh, well saved.
And that is, yeah, indeed very well saved. One of the very impressive forms of play from both sides of the ball. And Delta has certainly been the target man of the team so far. And why not? When you've taken 7 shots and you've got yourself 3 goals, you can at least be somewhat relied upon to provide the goods.
Well, as we know, 3v3, all about the aerial game. And Delta, he fits into that role extremely well, I've got to say. Eastabonium, Andy, literally Andy. I love that. You know, just he is Andy. He's Andy. You know, they're a very solid team, and I've got you know, I've got to give credit to them where it's due. They haven't, you know, had any huge results to write home about, but they just get the job done against everybody else. They look the part here. Bambi gets the opening goal for Down to Earth. That's a nice setup by J-Bot, actually, just killing the ball on the backboard there. But Loco, for the whole series, or for the whole game right now, they look like the better team. It's just simple.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It's actually turned out to be a bit more of a one-sided game than I was expecting. Now, obviously, the series might not play out this way, but if it does, then I will be surprised. I thought Down to Earth would have a bit more of a fight in them, and you know, a few more tricks up their sleeve. Tool denied by Beastabonium. It was just Loco players queuing up to save that one. They all had the save pretty much there.
Well, if we are going to see the comeback happen here, it might have to come from this round of play, but has finally escaped. And that might have been Down to Earth's final real opportunity to turn this one around, especially off that challenge. Tool forced to save. It's not the best one. Beastabonium bumped into it, and he'll happily use the speed up to take himself another goal.
Oh dear, yeah, Till just really did not hit the ball in the direction that he wanted to. He's accidentally centered it off his own backboard while trying to clear it into the corner. Not the kind of defensive play that they're going to need to show us for this series if they're going to have any chance against Loco. There's definitely a bit more of a gap between these two at the start of today than I expected, but like I said earlier on, it is early days. We can't go too hard on Turtle and Leaf just yet.
No, we leave Gibbs for that sort of job. I'm sure he would prefer it if we left it for him. We don't know what they're like in that green room. I kind of always wish that we could just hear what they were saying in the green room in matches like this one, where they can try and be very arrogant towards each other.
You know, just one or two production mistakes, and we might be able to hear. Well, we won't, but you guys might. Well, as far as we know, you can't hear them, and we definitely can't hear what the other casters are talking about right now. But if I was to guess, it would probably be Gibbs having a good laugh. He's got Supersonic Legend. He's you know, got the right end of the prediction here.
Spamming them both with like match invites. Like, hey, you want to go take a look? You want to go and play with this Supersonic Legend? You know, I can carry you guys.
It's a good day for Gibbs, certainly. But you know, let's see if Down to Earth can respond here. Just like in the Jamal Jabari 72 PC series, I think it's all about defense. The scrambles just weren't working out very well for Down to Earth in the first game. They kept on panicking, and they were just getting consistently pressured. They couldn't handle it. Let's see if they can keep this one even a bit longer. Maybe, if they're lucky, get their noses in front.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they're planning on trying to outpace. Oh, wait, here we go. That's a bit better. We're going to need to see more of that from Down to Earth, because mechanically, they are a very good squad, but they have just been outpaced so far by the other team. Delta, that is a tame shot. Already one that I think was designed to actually go in, just sort of hit and hope. He's at least faked it out. J-Bot didn't fall for it. This is where Loco did their best work in the previous game. Shot is going to be a little bit off target. Beastabonium steals 100 boost, gets himself a challenge. That is mission accomplished if you're him, as he continues to just harass on his way back. Something that we have seen become very prevalent throughout this season, especially, is trying to just move your way back through the rotation, and rather than keeping it clean, aim. It used to be stay as far away from the ball as possible. Do not be in the way. Now it's take the player out of the ball or take out the third man if you're in defense. Yeah,
those you know, ball side rotations, not really a thing in the olden days of 3v3, like you mentioned. Everybody would rotate away from the play, make as much space for their teammates to move in as possible, but yeah, ball pressure from behind, from the blind side of the defense. That's what it's all about now. Or the blind side of the offense, I should say. Trying to get those challenges from behind the attacker. Oh, what shot. J-Bot absolutely slams that one on target, but it is saved. And Loco keeps control as well. They just look more calm, Shogun. Loco are not bothered at all by the opposition. They're not bothered by what Down to Earth are trying to do. But every time, you just get a weird feeling sometimes when you watch a team in defense and it just doesn't look comfortable. Oh, speaking of, Well, Till picks up a goal for Down to Earth, and this was much needed. And to make matters worse for Loco, the one thing they've been so good at all day, they've just failed at. That was a panic flip by Delta. He couldn't make up his mind if that was hitting the post, if it was bouncing in, if it was going straight on target, and he guessed incorrectly.
And that's the reason why if you're Down to Earth, it doesn't have to always be perfect as long as you can keep that pressure up. A mistake might come through, and Loco will be very upset with how they went about that defensive play.
Yeah.
From the initial clear, which went nowhere, to Delta getting a little bit confused on the goal line. I think Delta is still at a net positive, though, when it comes to his goal contributions so far. Still probably +2, I believe, at the moment, between goals directly involved in and goals directly conceded. Bambi can't get past Beastabonium. J-Bot does find his clear challenge one more time. Only just over 2 minutes left in game 2. And Loco need to start working their magic here. Really had a good chance. That's so much better. That's what we've been waiting to see. Big boom and clear, much more difficult to collect. And now they've got the infield pass. And it's another goal. So much better from Down to Earth.
Yeah, that clear was exactly what they needed. You could see Loco were just waiting for the soft clear that's been so prevalent earlier on in the series. And it didn't happen, though. That one went straight over the head of the midfielder, waiting for the ball. And it just switches the pressure right back onto Loco. They're not used to this. In game 1, they were running the show. They had far more possession. They had far more territory to work with. And now that has all changed. Oh my goodness, Delta nearly had a double touch there. That would have been special.
This is so good from J-Bot, using those mechanics to force as much time off the clock as possible. Down to Earth can keep that rotation as clean as they want it to be. J-Bot, though, being harassed, has got to try and defend against Delta. The pass over to Beastabonium, not be quick enough. And now Andy can get there on time. It's difficult here for Loco to really try and figure out a way to break down this team, because just so much quicker from Down to Earth, so much cleaner with every bit of contact that they are making. And not making the mistakes as again, Tool goes to show he is finding form here in game 2.
Yeah, what a defensive display from Down to Earth compared to the first game of the series. They've done what 72 PC could not. They've actually leveled up in defense and given themselves a chance to win a game. And when given that chance, one mistake from Delta opened the floodgates, and now it looks like it's more likely DTE are going to get this game win. J-Bot, just calm as you like. What a difference a game can make. They have absolutely found their form here on the defensive end of the ball. Now, only 30 seconds left for Loco to work with. Andy with a corner wall pass to himself, reads it incorrectly, and Tool is all over the rebound.
Tool has got himself 2 goals. He got that crucial save just a moment ago. And he has been unstoppable in the midfield. There's a double commit to make sure that the ball's not going to go any further. Huge level up by Down to Earth, and especially Tool. They're going to want to see more of that from him as we head into game 3, because they have managed to turn this around. And now they are the team that looks so much better coming out of game 2. Johnny, looks like we got ourselves a series.
Yeah, that was so much cleaner from Down to Earth. They really did just, take out the brush and shovel and get rid of all that mess. I don't know, maybe they put on their favorite tune. Maybe that's their way that they like to get in the mood for cleaning. But whatever it was, whatever their strategy was, they managed to pull it off. And Loco didn't have as many opportunities, nowhere near actually as many opportunities. They were waiting for the mistakes. They were waiting for Down to Earth to panic in defense. They were waiting for them to soft clear the ball straight at them, and it didn't happen. Just a calm performance from Down to Earth, and the first mistake came from Loco. So we expected this to be a closer series. It already is. I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes the distance, because we've seen a little bit of a response there from Down to Earth, but I know Loco can do likewise. I would be surprised if we see another blunder like that one from Delta.
So we're going to continue manufacturing our own drama over here. It's now Leaf and Turtle, who are incredibly arrogant and smug over in our green room. And Gibbs, he's sick of it. He really is. So we're going to see which one gets to be happier coming out of game 3 and who is going to have themselves 2 match points. Delta not quite available to to get the block, although he did try his very best. Andy has set his team up. He's going to find Tool. No, instead, it's a bit of a calamity on the goal line. Chance to continue the offense if you're Loco, and you're not going to want to give this up for anything. Andy, though, quite far back, and J-Bot plenty of time. This is where he wants the ball. This is where he does his best work, getting challenge after challenge. And if you are down to earth, you want to hold on to this midfield a little bit stronger, which they have managed to do. Bambi over the top of one, but Andy already around. It's going to be a decent clear, but we need some more height on that. This is where we saw the mistakes starting to come out last time, although we see a rocket shot from J-Bot and a bit of a better defensive position from Delta and the rest of the team. Again, we're going just coast to coast each and every time here, Johnny. No real relaxation periods for this match.
Yeah, this is probably the style of game that Down to Earth would rather play, though. They want to up the pace and really try and force those mistakes out of Loco. We saw, the whiff from Delta in the last game open the scoring for Down to Earth. Now, that wasn't, completely unforced error. It was a shot on target that caused it. I think that that might be the difference between these two teams. DTE are trying to force mistakes. Loco are waiting for them.
Not at all. He's almost managed to take it past the entire team. One earlier flick away from managing to at least set up the team for something. Here's Delta. Just a bit too high. Positioning defensively from Down to Earth. So much better ever since that first game. The team's just struggling here to really set out what the game plan is going to be. When they get into offense, who are they going to pass to? A lot of individual play. Tool should be able to take the boost away from this one and turn around. So once again, Down to Earth. Team capable of holding on to offense, but when a boom and clear comes through like that one, they're going to hold on to it for too long. Delta off the backboard, gonna have to leave it. No, he took a second touch. And Andy would have liked to have at least been there because he would have had a better option for the block, but still, Andy sticking around, steals an extra 100, doesn't get full contact, but he's at least managed to salvage the play and keep that other team in their side of the field.
A boost really ran out there for Down to Earth. They will be delighted that they were able to get that ball clear as easily as it was while passed infield. J-Bot on target. That is the play of the series so far. Blind pass over the shoulder. Exactly what you want to see from Tool. J-Bot doesn't take any second chances.
And Down to Earth will just keep going for that infield. Loco have got to learn their lesson here. If they're going to go backboard, if they're going to try and clear from there, they have got to make full contact with it. Every time they've done it halfway, it is just dropping to Down to Earth to go for the infield passes, and they've tried it 2 or 3 times now. That was the one that got themselves the goal, but the warning shots have been there.
Now it's all up to Loco. Are they willing to go to the lengths that Down to Earth are to try and get a win in this series? Are they going to try and make those big out plays? Are they going to make the passing options available? Because Down to Earth have done that, and they've got the lead for themselves. We're already into the final 2 minutes of the game here. We said before the match, Loco, they're a team who can't beat the top teams. They've never had a spectacular result. They always do what's just enough to beat the teams below them. Well, today they're not even doing that. It's been a very, very timid showing for them. I think Envy will be delighted with what they're seeing here if they are watching on to see who will make it into the next round to play against them. Neither team look like they've got anywhere near the upset potential that Jamal Jabari do.
I really think Turbo is watching. Do you think he cares who he's got in the next round?
I would be surprised if Turbo could tell you the full roster for either of these teams. Genuinely, I'm not even talking trash here. I wouldn't expect him to know.
Well, either one of these teams will give themselves a chance to make sure that he does know, as a shot will be slightly off target. An opportunity to follow up from Andy. And Loco, they're trying to find these little bits of space. We've even seen how on the rotation back, they do like to try and hassle. They do like to try and just bump the ball backwards. But that support has not been arriving quick enough. Even if you do manage to do it, it's not chaotic enough like we've seen other teams do to really cause too much hassle. It's just knocking the ball away and the other team being a little bit upset about the fact that you did so. But still, they got plenty of time to sort themselves out after the fact. As maybe one more opportunity here. Andy flicks it past one until clears. Delta looks to keep the pressure on, though. Back to Andy. Should have the infield passing option. You've got to send all three right now. Andy instead goes for the outplay. It was probably the right decision because Beastabonium was getting hit on the far side of the ball. That's just got dropped down. Oh, that almost landed. Good idea. Just not quite lucky enough with where the ball came down to.
I mean, technically, it was a good play, right? It worked. It has ended the game before overtime. I'm not sure. I can't tell you. We didn't get to see a replay of that one. Just how, full the vision was for Down to Earth in that position. I mean, they may have seen exactly where the Loco attacking players were and thought, yeah, they're not getting this. I'm just going to hit it into the ground. But it was extremely close. Yes, the ground is how you end the game when you're already up by 1. But the ground right in front of your goal, just a couple of yards off the goal line, maybe not the best spot to pick if there are attackers nearby, but they've done it. They've got another win in the series. Down to Earth are making some plays. They didn't have to wait for Delta to panic flip in this one. That was easily, for me, my favorite play of the series. Beautiful pass to set up J-Bot's clanger from just inside the halfway line.
Yeah, we're seeing a team that is doing a very good job of adapting to the other one. After seeing how game 1 went for themselves, they have changed everything about their DNA in this series. And they've been looking much better for it. Now we get ourselves into game number 4. Down to Earth with a chance to take on Team Envy in the next round and to knock Loco into that lower bracket. Just gotta keep this up here, keep that pressure going, and wait for the missed clears. That's where they're getting all of their success.
Well, we were right about one thing. Turbo's just tweeted at us saying he has no clue what the rosters are for Loco and Down to Earth.
So that's at least some drama we've not manufactured for once, and this is certainly no drama for all on the shots.
Well, I mean, at least if nothing else, there's a whole lot more riding on that Envy series in the next round. I mean, if there wasn't already enough to play for with all the prize money in these events, all the circuit points that are available, now we've got a chance.
Had a look. He's not lying. Oh my god.
Yeah, I just tweeted it just right now. But we've got a chance for these players to step up and show Turbo Pulse that they mean business. Look at this, Shogun. I think they've all seen Turbo's tweet. And now they're trying to get some clips on Twitter so they can read their names.
It's Angry Andy stepping up. And he's got it past all of them. What a goal for Andy.
Accurate Andy over here. Very nice finish. Suddenly we've got an explosive game in our hands. The Loco were the expected team to win this.
Twitch chat had to trash talk every single team we commentate on, Johnny.
Oh! I mean, already, look at that. Look at what one just very simple tweet from Turbo Pulse can do. Everybody's stepping up. Everybody's trying to prove themselves to the fourth time.
This is already a much more entertaining game than we've had previously. Bambi finds himself a block. Infield pass could have been available should they got there in time to take it. Double commit. Oh, but it's managed to at least get it. Bambi, difficult shot to try and score. It would have been on target, so half the job done, and clear was not good enough. Tool right on top of it. Yeah,
that was not the angle, Andy. Not the one that he was looking for. I mean, there are more ways than one to get yourself in a clip on Twitter. There are more ways than just scoring really good goals, making really good saves. But you know, making the misplay of the day isn't really the one that anybody wants to be getting famous for, or hitting that big time own goal. Although that being said, maybe that is the way to get on Turbo Pulse's radar.
Tool again, who has, for me, been the standout performer of this series. Continues to do good work. A brace for him now in game 4. A 1-goal lead as well for the rest of the team. J-Bot doesn't really catch the ball correctly with his shot. Delta right into the path of Bambi. Now Delta's going to have another chance at this. He's not going to be able to collect the 100 boost, and instead it's gone flying past him. Huge demo. Might give them a bit of time, especially given how awkward that bounce up was. And Andy is absolutely going to try and take control of this.
We had a brief commitment there to a face-on collision, but both players actually backed out of it at the exact same time.
Is it okay if both players agree?
Well,
is it like a gentleman?
I'm going to throw my theory out there again. I've said this in a previous cast, but you know, if players look like they commit to it for, you know, a second or so, and then they flip away from it, I feel like that's the teammates saying, "Hey, get out of that. We need you." I'm gonna you know, take some shade away from the both players there. Look like they were kind of thinking about it for changing their minds. This could be the final 2 minutes of the series, and you know, Gibbs would be wrong. I would be wrong, and most of Twitch chat will be wrong if Down to Earth win this. But I'm going to be happy to be wrong, and I'll tell you why. Because I've begrudgingly picked Loco as the favorites to this one because they just keep beating everybody below them. But they look so unlikely to beat any of the big teams that I've been kind of waiting for this to happen so I can stop predicting them to win in this kind of series. So Down to Earth, they deserve it at the moment. They've made some bigger plays, and they've ironed out the, you know, massive queue of defensive mistakes they had in the first game. Full credit to them. J-Bot with a massive redirect now. Oh, what a read this will be. Bambi was onto it, but Beastibonium was beaten to it.
Delta, one more challenge from him. Beastibonium, let's get it back over to him. There's a couple of extra steps that doesn't really feel necessary. Here comes Andy, and that had absolutely nothing on it as a shot. Just dropped straight down to the floor. Tool looks to try and give his team a 2-goal lead. It's a flick because he doesn't want to try and take on any more hassle. Oh, well, bye-bye car. In comes J-Bot. 1 minute left here. It was an explosive opening minute. Maybe the last one can provide us something just as good. If you're a Loco fan, then you're certainly going to want exactly that. Here is Andy. Over to Delta. It's going to be on Delta to try and provide something off the ceiling. Up goes Andy one more time.
Dave.
And Bambi had that pre-read and pre-jumped.
D2E really starting to apply the pressure there. They're starving boost in offense with a 1-goal lead. That's confidence. These guys absolutely believe in themselves at this stage. They're going to take down the gatekeepers, Loco. The one team that always separate the good teams in NA from everybody else. D2E want to get into that conversation. They want a shot at Envy, especially after Turbo's brutal honesty on Twitter just moments ago.
J-Bot gets challenged. It's going to need to be a good clear from Bambi. It is a good clear from Bambi. Right over to Tool. The whole length of the pitch to go here. Otherwise, Loco will drop to the lower bracket. D2E move on to take on Team Envy.
Wow, so there it is, an upset, definitely. I mean, this is Loco, or they are the team who are just outside of those top 8 spots for the entire fall split. They were the next best team, who were just expected to fall at the final hurdle before making playoffs day. But now they've actually gone one rung lower. They're you know, expected to win this based on all the results, all the regionals up until now. But they've lost. D2E, they're climbing. They've got the shot at the current regional champions, Envy. They've got a shot at Turbo Pulsar. I'm wondering if there will be any shots fired back on Twitter during the break that these guys have before they face Envy later on today. But oh boy, that makes that matchup a whole lot more spicy.
Speaking about spicy matchups, let's get ourselves into match number 3 after a short break, as we've got Jamal Jabari against NRG. Don't miss that one.